also, since we're on the rant, I want to just get this rant out about the executives taking over and doing stupid things. How they fucked up Star Wars. How the executives fucked up Star Wars. Right? After those first 3 movies came out, way back in the 70s and 80s, there's an amazing set of books, which I'm listening to the audiobooks now. I'm listening to all these old school books that take place right after those ones with Luke, Han, and Leia. You know, right after the big battle.
Yeah.
With the Ewoks and all that stuff, and now they're all like, at the end, they're all like, you know, they're at the end and they won, right? They killed Emperor, they killed Vader, you know, or saved Vader, whichever way you want to look at it, whatever.
Yeah.
And the story goes on amazingly from there in the books.
Right.
And then when, what's his name? The owner of all the Star Wars business there, the guy with the beard. George Lucas,
yeah.
I don't know, he sold it to Disney.
Right.
I think he sold like the rights to make the movies or whatever to Disney, and Disney came and fucked everything up. He's like, these are the stories you should tell.
Right.
You know? Coming from the guy who made the whole universe and did all that stuff and made these amazing Star Wars movies, like, this is the story you should tell. They were like, we'll make our own. And then continually from then fucked it all up.
So
all the way along. All the movies since then have been Disney trying to do something, fucking it all up. And you know what? They did some things okay, or whatever, and then they started to kind of hit it out of the park when they started letting the nerds sort of take over and do some stuff again, and they did like Clone Wars, like the cartoons and all that stuff. They had 7 seasons of those things, and they started bringing the story kind of back, and then they let, I can't remember who it was. There's a certain person that they let back into the creative, and that person started to try to bring it all back. But Disney had already put out like fucking 3 more movies and whatever with all the Skywalker shit and all the whatever.
Yeah.
Only now are they finally getting the person in to bring the stories back to all. They're trying to. It's funny because they're trying to curve what they did into the story of what's in the books, and I could see them doing it now from a Star Wars guy. And it's like, it's not too late. They can still do it, and with some creative stuff they can do it. But why would you go and fuck all that stuff up? Like, I'm telling you, Jay, these books are amazing. The next trilogy should have been the next 3 books in the thing. They're amazing. It's such an amazing story. It's Luke, Han, and Leia going out, and Thrawn comes back.
Right.
Or, well, the Emperor's dead and things, so Thrawn takes over, the blue guy.
Right. Takes
over and starts to try to run the Empire. The Empire's not dead yet. They have a Grand Admiral Thrawn trying to take over, and he's one of the most brilliant tactical minds in all the universe.
Right.
So the story now turns into, now you have another amazing bad guy to go after, you know, to make, and he's fucking doing all his stuff and and they really fucked up the story. Luckily that they did the story as a prequel. The next 3, remember Anakin before he turned to Vader.
Right.
Remember Anakin was a boy.
Yeah.
And then he was like a teenager in love with Padme or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they had the twins, which turned out to be Luke and Leia.
Right.
Right. So luckily it was a prequel, so like they could try and pull together some of the story after still.
Right. Still trying to piece it together.
You know, but then they did do 3 movies where Luke is old.
Yes.
You know. So I don't know. Now they're trying to like fill in the middle, but it's like,
see.
You know, that's my rant. They let the khakis, just like we got about the khakis for the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
They let the khakis, or they let the suits.
The analytic squad.
Yeah, they let the suits take over and say, this is how we can make money because we're business people. Not, hey, let's keep selling the nerd stuff to the nerds. And those nerds will just spend all their money on the merch and everything. Like, this is, they tried to go, let's hit other people too.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like what they tried to do in Fantastic Four. Remember?
Yeah.
Let's make it a wedding.
Yeah.
And then the dopest character, Silver Surfer, and Galactus, and it's the worst movie ever.
Yeah, and then they really did a bad job with Doom. Doom is supposed to be one of the all-time best Marvel villains in the whole fucking in all of comics.
Forget Doom, Silver Surfer. Guy. It's such a dope character, and they did him
and Galactus. Dirty. Yeah, they just fucked all the bad guys up. And well, luckily, Feige's taking over that now.
I know,
and he's now going to start it, and hopefully he comes with the story and brings it all back.
Yeah.
Basically, what they should not do with these things, to end this rant, is that they should not let people who are not nerds make decisions about these things.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up. You see what happens? The last like 3, 4, or 5 years of Marvel have been shaky at best.
Yeah.
You know, you ever watch Wild 'N Out?
Yes.
And when they're doing the jokes back and forth to each other, the guy goes and he does the dance.
Yes.
You know, and then but then when you screw up a little bit, he goes one shaky. You know.
Yes.
Fucking these guys
one shaky.
have one shaky. You know, they're very close to being you out.
Yes.
God damn. You know, like.
Yes.
But when you let these people do it, everything became shaky. Now they let the nerds take over back again. And let it go. You know what? If you just make the nerd story for the nerds, other people will watch. And the nerds will watch 100 times and make you your money.
That's what they don't... I feel they're trying to get everybody's money, but you know, just stick with the nerds. Look how far it's taken Star Wars.
Yeah.
From the 70s.
Yeah.
And it's still running nicely now.
Yeah.
And it's because of the nerds.
And even though Disney screwed it up, but at least they come to their senses now. Marvel had those 5 years of the shaky, like I was just saying.
Yeah. And
because they let the suits take over. The whole MCU story all the way till Thanos died there when Tony fucking snapped.
Yeah.
Everything after that has been shaky.
Yes.
And now they're trying to bring it back again. They stopped pumping out as much as they could. They're pulling it back. They're like, we're only going to release a little bit at a time. Deadpool came out and might be the fucking saving grace of the Marvel universe now. Deadpool came out and blew everything out of the water. And it was a fucking amazing movie. You watched it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's good, huh?
It is good.
Yeah. You know, so like, and now they brought the mutants into the story now.
Yeah, it was. I just thought it was kind of cool how they did Deadpool. And they're bringing back all
the Deadpools?
Like, not even the Deadpools, like...
Oh, the old characters? Like...
The Storm, or what's his name?
Sabretooth, Toad.
Yes.
Gambit.
Yeah, and what's his name? The Flame there. From
Fantastic Four, yeah. Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
Flame on! Well, you thought he was going to say Avengers Assemble?
Yeah.
And he said, Flame on!
Yeah. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
That's dope. You guys...
They did good. They brought a lot of characters back. They brought a lot of, like, even the old villains. They brought some different Juggernaut. The girl who played Professor Xavier's fucking sister was amazing, buddy. She played an amazing fucking villain, getting all up in people's face and the hands coming through the eyes and the nose.
Yeah.
Yo, she was good. She
was good.
It was weird. Like, she's like, and because she's slim, right? She's like real skinny, and it makes her look villainous. It makes her look weird and... Well, because she lives out in this wherever, right?
They're chilling in Scott's body.
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's body. Yeah.
Yo,
Ant-Man's dead body. You know?
Yo, I mean, it was good. That was a good movie.
They really did it well.
Yes.
You know, and they brought back Wesley Snipes of Blade.
Yes.
I like when he's like, and I'm one and only Blade, and there'll never be another one. And Deadpool goes. He looks at the camera. He didn't even say anything. He just looked at the camera.
Yes.
Like,
that was a good job.
They already have another person cast as Blade, you know, like...
Well, that movie's supposed to come out this year or next year.
Is it? Nice. 2025.
You know?
It's going to be a good year. See, but they slowed down. They made sure they put production into everything they're doing. They made sure the story's going to fit. They made sure stuff like that. They were pumping out TV shows like fucking every 3 months. And it wasn't a TV show and a movie. Then a TV show and a movie. And it was just like too much. And they lost the story, right?
People weren't watching the shows... or watch the movies and vice versa.
Yeah.
And then they were putting stuff in the show that you need to know for the movie.
Yeah.
What if you didn't watch the show?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I get it. I like how they make everything full circle.
Yeah.
But if you're referencing the show in a movie, don't make it a need to watch you can understand it.
Yeah.
Just make it a part. So, yes, the show is in the movie's in the show. But if you didn't watch the show, you can still watch the movie and know what's going on.
Or vice versa.
Opposed to like, I'm watching Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and it's like, if you don't watch that TV show, you didn't know what was going to happen because they would give you little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And then the movies that would come out and I'm like, I watched the show, but if I didn't, I'd be lost right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's just a little too much. I do like the cohesiveness.
Yeah, but see...
But when to a certain degree.
But when you put out less than that, then there's lots of sort of time for the people who really want to go and watch, and you can put the production time into it and spend more time on telling the story and creating the overall narrative, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like, but when you're just pumping show, how do you keep it all together?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When there's too much, how do you fucking do it? So it's better the way they did it this way, I think.
Yeah.
You know, like, take a step back, put all the fucking suits in the corner, lock them in the room.
Lock up the khakis.
Yeah. And then let the nerds take over and just slowly put things out and build your little narrative slowly.
Yeah.
And that way you go months and months with nothing. And people are itching when something comes out.
Yeah,
and when it comes out, you've had time to put the narrative in and spin it and do whatever, and then everybody wants to see it. And then it makes the money. You know, like when you have too much, it's like overload.
Yeah, don't do the Game of Thrones.
Like we like frozen gummy bears.
Yeah.
But if I gave you a bucket and said, Jay, eat the whole bucket, keep going. Come on, keep eating. After some point, you're gonna be like, fuck, I don't want any more of this shit. And that's what they were doing. Okay, not him. Sorry, bad example. He would eat the whole bucket. You know? Remember, that reminded me of an episode. Homer Simpson went to hell. And then the devil was like, you like donuts, huh? Here's some donuts. Eat donuts. And he's like, home. And the guys it skips like 2 days and it comes back. He's like, home. You still eating all the fucking donuts, and he never got sick of it. And then there was no more donuts.
Yes.
And he's like, more. That's Jay.
Yes.
Yep.
More.
Yeah.
I eat like this too.
He's like Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
Eating cookies.